Episode 2756 of the Too Thick Pod, your home for all things sports, cards, and levity. I am Jeremy, aka Meat Sticks, here to provide you with part one of a multi-part series called Inside the Mind of Meat Sticks and Tummy Sweat. As you can see, I am here solo dolo in the Reckless Cards card shop, studio, place of magic, home of all things Patrick Williams, recording this thing solo. So my dear friend Manny, our son, the most popular person in the hobby, 13,000 Instagram followers, significantly more than you and I, called me the other day. And when Manny calls, here's the thing, you answer. And he said, I have this idea. We always text, sext, call, Instagram, JDate, Grinder messages, Twitter tweets, threads, all that stuff back and forth. We have these like random ideas, and it's always incredibly hard to pack it into 1 or 2 episodes a week. And so we were chit-chatting last week while Manny was on vacation, a much-deserved vacation for Manny. Very proud of the young man. He's in the midst of making a substantial career change. And he had earned some, much deserved time off with him and his beautiful, lovely wife. It's Kaylee, baby, along with their beautiful daughters, both of which I'm not sure how they're that beautiful when they have Manny for a father. But he said, hey, Jeremy, what if we just got on and we just recorded a quick, 5, 10, 15-minute thing about whatever we're thinking. It'll provide some additional content, for YouTube and StreamYard and all the other, Spotify. And he said, I don't want us to mess up the algorithm. And so I wasn't quite sure what algorithm was. And then I understood he was saying algorithm. How can we continue to be very consistent and put out more? And it'll also present an opportunity where if it's good enough, it'll give us an opportunity when recording, traditional Too Thick pods or lives, we can have commentary on, what's being said. And so I thought about it. And I'm like, you know what? Schedules are getting pretty hectic. I'm more of a morning person. Manny stays up until like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning watching anime and trolling Brandon. So as he's getting ready to go to bed, I'm waking up to start the day. And so I thought, you know what? This might present an incredible opportunity where he gets an opportunity to speak whatever he's thinking about without me cutting him off or busting his balls or giving him a hard time. And it'll also provide me an opportunity to, talk about anything that grabs my attention on any given day. So I thought, you know what? That's a good idea. So unbeknownst to him, we're actually going to record an episode tonight. I thought I would just get on and do a quick little intro of what this is going to be. So we're not putting any sort of parameters on it. There is no guarantee of 1 to 2 to 3 to 5 to 7 of these things on a weekly basis or even monthly basis. It's going to be, when we feel like it, when something pops up that we want to talk about, we can do it. So the goal is still 2 to 3 episodes a week. I think 2 is realistic. I think on good weeks, we'll be able to do 3. We're going to continue to recap live shows that we attend to provide, a very good feel for what's going on at the shows. We've gotten incredible feedback for that because let's face it, I do what I think is a fairly good job of curating my social media experience. And oftentimes it's just so negative, man. It is just so negative. Like if you collect cards a certain way, there's somebody who has a commentary on it that's telling you why it's wrong. And if you like a certain thing, it's wrong. And somebody's beefing with somebody, somebody's hating on somebody else. She did that, he did that, blah, 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 blah. And so what we found is when we were attending these shows, man, people are in good mood. Money's being spent, cards are being traded, and the vibe is significantly different than what's going on. And so I was always mindful that maybe there's people that don't have the means or the opportunity to attend shows on a regular basis. And so it can be easy to become dejected at the hobby being dead and miserable and all these other crazy things. And so I like doing that. I like sharing what's really going on, what's really hot, and providing people who don't think that their voice matters or think that they have an opportunity to share, because those are the people who truly keep this thing moving. Those are the true hobbyists. Those are the people who truly love collecting and who we have, incredible relationships with, everybody over here at Too Thick and Reckless and, all that good stuff. And so we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to do the guest episodes because there is a thirst for knowledge. I'm curious about certain things. Manuel is curious about certain things. And so we've got a laundry list of people that we've got lined up to talk to. And some of the names would be considered massive in the space. And some of them are people that, some people might not even know. And their stories and the information they have to share is absolutely incredible. So I'm excited to continue doing that. And then me and Manny still want to stick to the nonsense, the hobby release of us just getting on as two guys who, talk a little smack to each other, have difference of opinions, like different things, but at the end of the day, love and respect one another and like to just have a good time. And, it seems like our recipe for what we're doing has really caught on. The numbers do not lie. Now, I will say we do an absolutely awful job of posting. We do an awful job of making clips. We do an awful job of doing the additional promotion that's needed that could present the podcast as a much bigger thing. Because if you were to look at Spotify numbers, I wouldn't say that we're, like there's massive podcasts. We're not there, but like we're not too, we're a couple tiers down, but we're significantly bigger than what we present. And so one of the things that's glaring is you'll notice that when Courtney is heavily involved, clips get done, posts get made, all this good stuff happens. When it's left for Manny and myself, we have done a very, very poor job of doing that. Now, that's not because we don't care. That's not because we don't want to. I mean, at the end of the day, we do this as fun, as pure hobby. We have never taken a single penny from anyone. Opportunities have presented themselves, and we haven't felt comfortable engaging in anything like that because personally for me, and I'll speak for a little for Manny, is the moment you take a penny, you're going to be subjected to that you're pumping or you're shilling for something, and neither of us want that. We catch enough smoke to just being who we are. I can't even imagine what would come with if we took a couple dollars from, PWCC or Golden or just, anybody. And so with that being said, we have kids, we have wives, we have careers. And so sometimes those things just take, they take priority. And so it's not that we don't care, but we are working on something that, when this isn't like an empty promise where we just talk about it, nothing happens. We're working on something that would help smooth it out, where you'll see consistent posting, you'll see consistent tweeting, threading, Facebooking, Instagramming, whatever social media platform is being used, where you can rest assured that we're still alive and kicking. I believe Manny naturally gravitates towards Instagram. I personally prefer Twitter. And then I don't like Threads. Threads reminds me of I haven't had Facebook in probably 15 years, but there was this feature that came out and it was like somebody could poke you. And it was just like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like for some of you old heads, you'll know what it is, but it was like you could click on something and it would be like, so-and-so poked you. And it was always like the older people, who didn't know what the hell they were doing. And they were so excited that they got to play with this new feature. That's what Threads is to me. For Twitter, there's a lot of cool people where been doing it for a while that who they are as a person. And so the conversation or the back and forth or what they're saying is very authentic. Right now, in my opinion, from my personal experience, Threads seems kind of forced. People that in real life, they're posting stuff and it's like, you don't talk like that in real life. And I don't know if this is a clout chase or what the hell it is. So with that being said, we each gravitate personally towards different social medias. And so we're trying to come up with a way where stuff can be distributed throughout. So yeah, I figured I would just get on and let you guys know what's going on. I think Manny's hungry, literally and figuratively. He is tummy sweat, and so you don't get a tummy sweat without being hungry. I am excited to announce that the Too Thick Pod will be doing a live from the National, from the VIP lounge. Thank you to Ludex, Brock, Matt, the whole team over there for looking out. Really appreciate those guys. They've always taken very good care of Courtney and I and Manny. And so we're excited to have access to premium Wi-Fi and to get on myself, Manny, and Courtney and do a live and talk about the vibe of the National, what we're seeing, what the buzz is, whose booth, because think it was just last year, Zero Cool had the coolest booth. And I don't think we're going to see Zero Cool there this year. It doesn't sound like that's a thing. So I'm excited to hear, what the buzz is. Unfortunately, and this is kind of the bone, this kind of sucks, I'm no longer going to be attending the National. Exhausted all options, and it just doesn't make sense. So I will say this. I have the choice. I am choosing not to go to National. Courtney and myself started a company outside of the hobby space in the trades, construction. And we, this is kind of a blessing. We're very fortunate enough to land a substantial contract that requires a lot of hands-on. It requires a lot of presence. It requires a lot of training. And right now we're going pretty hard. If you were on our last drip sale, you'll notice Courtney wasn't there. She was in Detroit holding it down. I'll get off of this and I'll actually be in Detroit tonight, and she'll come back. And so with all of our kids being in sports, with the new company, while having fun in a responsible way within the hobby and still doing like hobby night school, Too Thick Pod, dangerous games, we're running pretty thin. And so it just made sense that, for the National, I wasn't going to buy or sell any cards. We were going to go and network, and Courtney is significantly a better networker and more kind and polite. Maybe not as attractive as me, but you get the deal. So I'm going to stay behind. So I am incredibly bummed. I'm already feeling the FOMO because I've been on a few calls about the National and how can we enhance it. And it sucks because I'm hearing some cool stuff. It was stuff that I was going to have the opportunity to be a part of. And so not being there is I think the thing that sucks the most, I was looking forward to seeing a lot of people who I don't necessarily get to see quite often. I was looking forward to spending a night out with the Alliance, Don, Vadim, Brandon, all those guys. I was looking forward to that. But, if we do this right, at least, from Reckless Cards, we will never have to miss a National again. So now, again, I want to reiterate, have the choice to go. I'm choosing not to because I want to be responsible. That would be my luck where I'm just like, oh, it's only a few days. And then I come back and I put my company at risk. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going to be doing these. I'm going to hop on. I've got lots of opinions and stuff. I am much more nerdy and dorky than Manny when it comes to like, systems and processes, buying, strategy behind that. He likes, fart and dick jokes. And so I'm curious to see like, the things that pop up. And it might be good because it might save me a half an hour of my life not having to conversate with somebody who wants to talk about something that doesn't interest me. And I also feel he'll tune into this for 2 minutes. His ADHD will take over and he'll already zone out. He'll be in a group chat or he'll be on a live with Tim from Slab Strong or whatever the hell Manny's doing. So yeah, man, make sure that you like, subscribe, smash, and, do all that stuff. Drop a comment below. If you're not going to National, let me know. Maybe we can bond. Misery loves company, right? But I appreciate you all checking this out. We're recording tonight, so I'm not sure which is going to drop first, but we shall see. So I hope you enjoyed this individual hobby release. Little less volume, but a lot more substance coming from your boy, Meat Sticks, a.k.a. Warhammer, a.k.a. Dad. All right. Till next time. Bye.